Today in our 2018 Honda CRV, we're going to be doing a test fit on the Thule WingBar Evo roof rack system for naked roofs. Now with this system, it's going to allow you to carry roof mounted accessories, things like bike racks, kayak carriers, cargo boxes, and more. Now the wing bars are 53 inches long, they're made out of aluminum, so you don't need to worry about any rust or corrosion. But you can see how they stretch out across the entire roof of our CRV. That way we can carry more than just one accessory. So maybe we'd like to put 3 bike racks up here, or maybe even 2 kayaks. We have that option. Now I've got the black crossbars installed, but they also are available in silver. So if that's something you're interested in, see etrailer.com. Now you'll notice how aerodynamic this wing bar is. These are going to be a lot quieter than your traditional round or square bars. Now they're going to work with your standard clamp-on accessories as well as your T-slot accessories. You can see how I just pivot that end cap to the right there, and we can slide that T-bolt right down the center. No need to remove or trim that rubber strip. We set it to our desired spot, and then we've got that nice clean look. Now the wing bars are held in place by 4 Evo feet. You can see here how they feature some padding. That way they don't harm or scratch that roof should we want to take the roof rack system off one day. Now underneath our cover here, you can see how it protects our hardware from the elements. It's also going to help deter theft. Once everything's tightened down, our cover goes on, and we can even lock it if we want. We can use a flathead screwdriver or a coin. If you'd like to upgrade for better security, you can trade that out with a metal locking core for all 4 of the Evo feet. Now the hooks or clamps, whatever you'd like to call them, are specifically designed to fit our CRV. You can see here how they match the curvature from the inside of our frame. That way they get a nice tight fit. They're also rubber coated, that way they don't harm or scratch that finish. When it's all said and done, our door gets closed and we get a nice seal around that hook. Now this roof rack system has a weight capacity of 220 pounds. That's a step up compared to some of the other systems out there. You do, however, want to check with your CRV's owner's manual to see if the roof can support that much weight. Now we'll give you some clearance measurements. These will give you an idea of how much you've added to your CRV, and they may help you when using those clamp-on accessories. From the top of the roof to the underside of the bar is about 2 7/8 of an inch. From the top of the roof to the top of the bar is about 4 1/4. Now with the roof rack system in place, I do want to show you that you'll still have access to your sunroof. Now that we've gone over the features, I'll go ahead and show you how to get it set up. I've already got my front crossbar in place on my naked roof of my CRV. The rear one installs pretty much the same way. Let's go ahead and do it together. I've got one side set up and ready to go. We just need to repeat the same process on the other side. We can start by grabbing the Evo foot. We need to remove the front cover. So you'll need to be sure that it's unlocked. Make sure that that plastic core is in the horizontal position. And we'll just lift up on the cover and it should pop right off. Now we need to put on the pad and the hook. The pads are all numbered, so we need to be sure we have the correct one per side. We're going to be looking for number 212. That's for our driver's side. So we'll just line it up. It only goes on one way, and we can push it in place. Give it a good tug and make sure that you can't take it off easily, and then we can move on to our hook. Now for installing our hook, again, we need to be sure we have the correct one per side. For our driver rear crossbar, we're looking for 155. Just push it in place until those hooks on the end catch, and then give it a good tug and make sure you've got it in place. Now we're ready to put it on our crossbar. So I've gone ahead and turned over the crossbar. We need to be sliding it into the channel here. Now the way this works is we'll need to make sure it's unlocked as we slide it. So the 2 brackets inside, you can push just like that, and that allows it to easily slide into that channel. So I've got it upside down, and we'll squeeze and then guide it into place. Now we don't want to slide it all the way on because we need to set our scale. So per our instructions, with what side we're working on, it needs to be set to 40.5. Once we've got it set, we can then move our foot all the way up until it makes contact. Once everything is set, we can put on our end cap, and we're ready to set it in place on our CRV. Now it's a good idea to make sure your doors are opened up, and then we can gently set it in place. Now I'm going to set mine in the general area. Once we've got it there, Per our instructions, we need to make sure we're 27.5 inches from the front of the front crossbar to the front of the rear crossbar. So I'm going to grab my tape measure and make sure of that. So we'll check our spread and make sure that we have 27.5. Looks like I need to come forward quite a bit. And you'll need to do this for both sides. Almost there. Now the next step is to take the slack out of the hook here. You can see how that's moving around. We just want to suck that in a little bit. So I'm going to take my included tool and tighten that up to where it's making contact with the inside of the frame. I'm going to do that for both sides. Once we've got the hooks making contact with the inside of the frame on both sides, we can then start tightening them down the rest of the way. But we still want to alternate between each side. You also want to be sure that as you're tightening it down, that the pad is still seated properly within the top channel here of our CRV. So again, I'll do just that. Do a few turns here, and then a few the other side. After we get it pretty much tightened down, we're going to be listening for an audible click coming out of our tool. That's how we know it's properly torqued down. That's one unique thing about this tool, is that it lets us know when we're okay to stop. So once we hear that, we can go ahead and close up our door, put on our cover, and we're all set. With everything assembled and installed correctly, you're ready to load up your favorite roof mount accessory and hit the road. But that's going to complete our test fit of the Thule WingBar Evo Roof Rack system on our 2018 Honda CRV.